What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol AMD for advanced micro devices. On the left-hand side, we do have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. I would point out, firstly, that this is a stock I watch very closely intraday, and they also gave us an earnings announcement after the bell today. So let's flip on the extended hour session and see what's going on with the number here. So zooming in, it looks like a fair bit of volatility so far, and not necessarily a directional gap. So that's very interesting. Especially given the fact that we've already seen quite a big run up here. So usually, and again, this is just very roughly speaking, this is not a guarantee in the marketplace, but whenever you've seen a significant run up already and you get earnings, you expect flat to maybe slightly lower, seeing that people already priced in the expectation of a positive result, okay? So that's, again, not necessarily a rule that always unfolds, and you can see that we're kind of just exactly that, kind of flat here, but not on a gap down and not on a gap up. So all we'll have to do is basically pay attention to some 30-minute intraday levels as well as what's going on with the overall trend here. Hopefully it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that the overwhelming trend is up, okay? If we take a support trend line from here, doing something like this, I mean, overwhelmingly just up, 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 and this was actually a trade idea in our weekly watch list video over on the main channel this week. So it's really been making some significant, progress in the upward direction and in a quite healthy manner, okay? So you get 2 days of balance, expansion of range with, acceptance here, expansion, acceptance, right? So this is typically what would tell you that we're in a solid uptrend, the fact that we see a leg higher, and then we consolidate for a little while. Basically, it's giving buyers and sellers a chance to determine, is this value here for the stock actually fair? And if yes, what's the next move? Is it lower or is it higher? In this case, it's been very clearly to the upside, okay? So some levels to pay attention to here. If it's going to remain up, if up is still the direction inside of AMD tomorrow when the bell actually rings, the first area I would watch for a potential breakout would be here. If we grab this up and over this area at 124.21, I would also, I haven't done this yet, but I would be willing to bet if we come from the highs down to the lows, yeah, very, very close to the 38.2 in terms of recapture areas. So as we know, a break back up and over puts into play the 61.8, and candle closes above the 61.8 basically mean that the highs are back on the table. So it's all going to stem from, can we get back up and over that 124.25, 124.35, depending on if you want to use the 38.2 or the structural element here from this little dead cat bounce, right? So for me, it would be about the 140, what am I saying? 124.21 area, okay? So that would be the upside area where a breakout could stem from. Looking left, right, this here is not a whole lot of candle structure. It's basically one down, one down, one down with no real peaks and valleys intermediate. So to me, again, that unlocks the door back up towards the highs. Now, am I saying that that has to happen after we've already been on a run like this? Absolutely not, but it could produce some sort of day trade scalp up and over 124.21. The next scenario would, of course, be sideways acceptance, but still holding on to 122.38. That's the prior all-time high from in here, would just basically be price digestion, and then, we could pick a direction after that. So that, to me, would strike me as the second most likely scenario. Again, number one would be the recapture of that there, and number three scenario where you would probably want to start exercising a little bit more caution would be a firm breakdown of this at the 122.38, brings into play some of these lower targets. Note here that this is kind of an important area of a couple days worth of balance highs at the 117, but there's also this, okay? So that's a caveat as well. At the 119, we have a number of touches to this area, which could act as an intermediate support here before ultimately coming down into that breakout point at the 117. Again, you can just see how clear that is there. This might be a little bit of a bump in the road. Again, so first target would be here, and then after that, looking for the retest of the 117 on a further breakdown, all stemming from 122.38. So these are the scenarios, these are the levels to be watching out for inside of AMD. If you enjoyed the video, found this useful, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.